Welcome to Herby at Heart, where herbalism grows in the roots of our hearts, an intrinsic journey where we dwell on the deep and expand the narrow. Staring your favorite herbalists.
Staring.
Yeah, staring your favorite herbalists at you directly into the camera. Tash, avant-garde and life. And me, Phil, power plants, Berlin. One plant, one show, featuring normally an interview with someone we believe embodies a part of the plant spirit, but today, not.
No.
We are going to talk about that a little bit later.
And yeah, maybe this plant doesn't want it.
This plant might be a bit secretive and doesn't want to be talked about. Yeah.
So yeah, today we're going to be talking about a plant that does not grow here. Mm-hmm. So it's one of our non-local ones. We've done a lot of local ones. And you chose this one, Phil.
I did choose this one, yeah.
He wanted to do this one. So it's a bit of a secretive plant. No one will guess it if we don't tell you. We've kept it very secret. Mm-hmm. Maybe we will keep it secret.
Okay, let's play the first song, and later on we are going to tell you that we're going to talk about. That was Forest with Gates, and with that we're opening the gate to reveal the name of the mystical plant that we were working with. And the Latin name, the official name, is called Piper methysticum. It is also known as Kava Kava. Very, very interesting plant to be working on. It's a part of the pepper family. So it has some fiery qualities to it. And I don't even remember why I wanted to work with it. I think I had a case of
the Kavas.
Of the Kavas.
A case of the Kavas.
The case of the Kavas. A case of herpes zoster. Gürtelrose, what is it in English?
Herpes zoster.
Herpes zoster?
Herpes.
Okay,
yeah.
Like the thing that like walks around the body, and they say when the ring is completed, you're gonna die. But
shingles.
Shingles, thank you.
Shingles, you had shingles.
No, not myself, but I worked on a case of shingles, and one of Kava Kava is one of the plant that was used for that. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to use it anymore as a medication here in Germany, in the Europe.
Yeah, we will be getting onto that.
But in the Madaus, the Lexikon der Heilpflanzen from Madaus, you find that he was curing the phantom pain that it creates afterward when the shingles, when the herpes is already like growing back and everything is healed, but people still have that nerve pain, and that's where the plant apparently works wonders into like just cutting the pain off.
Must be the numbing qualities, the anesthetic quality of it.
Exactly, working on the nervous system. Yeah. We're gonna get into that a little bit. So working on that plant was a bit different than we usually do, not completely. Since it's illegal to take it, to own it in the EU, of course, we visited a plantage in Tash in Australia and me in the Pacific Islands, and unfortunately we just fell down.
As it happens as a herbalist.
It happened, and we fell and I stumbled and fell into the kava plant, and the root directly forced itself into our mouth, and we had no other option than swallow it.
Yeah. It was a travesty, actually.
It was a travesty. It was such an intense process of swallowing a whole kava root. I wouldn't recommend that.
And it has stayed with us.
But very well, we had the option to discover the features and the beautiful abilities of that plant that it does to the body. And we decided to use that beautiful, tragical opportunity to let you know about how it affected us.
Yeah.
And I found it...
Yeah, what happened to you?
I found it quite numbing.
Oh, interesting.
The first thing that's happening is the numbing tickle on the tongue that I found very, very interesting. It's almost like a sedative. It's almost like you're putting lidocaine or procaine or something that we, of course, are allowed to work with as healing practitioners. And if you know, like having that in your mouth because of any occasion that you would put something like that on your mouth. It has this numbing quality, and it's like a little bit of a tickle, and you don't feel your tongue so much, and it's like the first thing. And of course, that's one of the way Kava Kava was applied for a while, also for numbing.
Like two things and...
Yes. Or for helping people to go to sleep and these kind of things.
Also in like surgery, how it works. It doesn't seem to last.
It's not lasting a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
I think then it's over. Yeah. I mean, if you go into the research of the plant, a lot of people in the older books, they compare it of the way a coca plant may work on you, because if you chew coca leaves, if you ever have done that before, it kind of, I mean, first of all, they're kind of like spiky and they hurt, but also they have the numbing effect of that. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
So that's for me, that was this, and like the relaxation of my nervous system. I think that was the most interesting aspects that I felt.
Was it like an uncomfortable numbing though for you? Like, did you mean just a localized numbing that you're experiencing, or you felt like your system was numbed?
No, it was like a local anesthesia. No, not at all. It gives quite a bit of clarity, actually. Yeah. I find that very nice, very beautiful. It is only the beginning sensation, and then later on I found it quite nice to be working with. I took it in very large doses, to be honest. In the beginning, I had like only drops.
We ate the whole root.
Yes, we ate the whole root.
Yeah.
And
so that was a large dose.
It was a large dose.
Yeah.
Yes. And later on, I read that in order to the way they use it on this Pacific Islands or Watuna or something like that, they in order to have like a really psychedelic effect, because it's a psychedelic drug, you have to drink around like 8 or 9 liters of a kava brew.
So like a lot of...
Quite a big amount.
I think they do it over the evening.
Yeah,
that,
or like a whole day ritual.
I read in the recipe that we'll have later, or one of them we'll look at, there's a technique that you feel in the body when to drink the next glass. I can't remember what it was. When we come down to it, we can have a look what that was. I found that really interesting. I wonder in the Pacific Islands if they also use some techniques that...
In the Pacific Islands, yes. Okay. All right. How was it for you, Tash? How was it swallowing a whole root?
Yeah. I found it a very, very interesting plant. So it's used for anxiety, which it actually curbed my anxiety that I had been... As I've spoken about on the radio the last months, that I developed some very weird anxiety and quite crippling at times, and that it has completely subdued that. It's been very, very interesting. And it's also this same experience of what you're saying, of that the clarity's there, but you're completely relaxed. And I worked a lot energetically with it as well. So like the whole month I've had this like basically just connecting with the plant. And just through that even, it's completely like I can do so much now in such a relaxed state. And I'm not so worried about things. I kind of can just let go a lot easier. Like just go, okay, that's not working. And I don't get stressed about it. It's very bizarre. It's fabulous.
I don't find it bizarre. I have the same things happening, maybe not work related, because I think it comes more natural to me like that to be a workaholic, and I find it beautiful anyway. No, for me it was like...
well, you were on holiday.
I was on holiday, yeah. No, but like in any kind of like stressful situation, like emotional situations where normally I might get triggered to a point of like... I don't know a way out right now at the moment. I managed to like step out of the situation. Yeah. It's like, that seems like your fucking problem, not mine.
Yes.
It was really like that. And I managed to be quite relaxed and distance myself, or like de-identify myself with the emotions that were happening, and being able to relax. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. It was almost like, I like that what you said, like you just didn't care. Yeah. It was almost like I didn't care that much. I sort of didn't give a fuck in a way. It was a bit like...
Very positive,
in a very positive way. It wasn't like, oh, no, like...
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was most about the stressful things in life. Like,
Yeah.
oh well, okay, then do be angry, be disappointed, whatever. But like, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm going to move on to the next thing, and I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt very relaxed. One thing that did come up for me is my system felt very relaxed, but I noticed where then my tension sat. So mine sits in my shoulders, which then I read later, actually, you give it to people, someone in New Zealand, a great herbalist, where it's legal. You can give it to people when they have tension, particularly in their shoulders and their necks, especially when they get these headaches from it. And it can slowly over time, like relax that. And it was funny because I was doing this more energetic work with it. I could feel like my whole system was relaxed, and I was even like slightly more flexible in my stretching. But I could totally sometimes feel the tension in my shoulders. Like that was that was more there because I think my system was relaxed, which I found very interesting.
Beautiful.
But then you could see like on what parts of your system the tension's sitting. Yeah, that's it. I've had a very great month and I'm getting a lot of stuff done.
Nice.
In a very calm way, like this clarity, like what you're saying.
Yeah, beautiful.
I've been relaxed but clear about what I want, what I need to do. And if I don't get something done, then this is not so bad. It's kind of like, yeah, whatever. And taking a lot of free time and like enjoying it, going, I'm taking the weekend off. Yeah. And being okay with it.
Yeah, great. I mean, it's a shame that we cannot use it anymore because I think it is a very beautiful relaxant, and I mean, it is used traditionally also, or like there are some legal medication of that with like parts of the Kava Kava inside, but it's like very restricted the use.
I wonder if it's the kavalactones.
Because of the,
I think I saw.
Yes, because of the liver toxin that it also can create. Like it's we already discussed it in one episode about the pyrrolizidine alkaloids.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a questionable reason to test it on mice, but also with some of the medications, and we have to be like clear and pure with that information there. With some of Kava medications, there was cases of liver toxin.
And often it's in high amounts and things, but and often you wonder too if it's with people or the rats that already had a little bit of liver damage, or there's been some issues that have gone on there. Because the papers that I was reading, it was, it's very, they're very quick to take a herb out of our repertoire, but there's medications which are much more liver toxic than the Kava Kava. And my theory a little bit on it is because how it works on the system again. Like we've talked about with plants before, they're not going to you don't want people in society to be that relaxed. Are relaxed but also clear. Yeah. That's not going to help society at all. It's not going to help corporations at all. So
this is our 23rd episode.
Yes.
So like it's a little bit of a conspiracy episode today.
We're conspiring.
No, I like that. I mean,
isn't it?
Totally. People, I to be clear, to be like focused at the same time, relaxed, muscle relaxed, getting out the tension out of that. I mean, I want that.
Yeah. And how can you it's harder to control and make people do what you want when they sleep well, because that's also what it does, helps you sleep. When you're sleeping well, when you're relaxed but clear and you're able to make your own decisions and then also take free time and enjoy it, no one wants that.
Plus, it's a drug used to help with addiction.
Yeah. And with the benzoids, they've had some. Yeah,
the benzoids are like alcohol addiction. The story of the Aborigines, you know that in Australia, that kava was very much used to change up the drug from alcohol to Kava Kava, and helped a lot of people to get off alcohol addiction. At the same time, some of them got then addicted to kava, which also can be happening. So you have to be careful with that. But for a lot of people, it really helped to get off any kind of medication or like addiction, which is also very beautiful. Yeah.
And I mean, everything's the dose, isn't it, really? It's the same with Kava Kava, like taking it out of the repertoire because of the liver toxins. It's sort of like then you dose it pretty low, It's a good herb that I think could be make a lot of difference for some people's lives, having it back in our system here in the EU. Like really, really help some people. And, I think it's also got to do with the opioids and stuff. They're going to make a lot more money on the opioids than they are on Kava Kava. And it was an interesting thing I read from this great herbalist, the one in New Zealand. And, he said that the thing is with plants is they can't really patent them. They're the people's medicine. And there's a danger there in our society today, to have people who have the ways that they can then cultivate something themselves and use a plant to help themselves. It's very dangerous for a lot of industries.
Yeah, of course. And we had the same with the Artemisia annua, right?
Yeah.
And there's a history around these plants. It's a plant that has been used for thousands of years already in traditions and rituals, like New Guinea or like Vanuatu, and it was considered to be like a good thing to of course grow your own kava. If you like have a garden or like a place, a field outside, every family, they grew their own kava, and it was a very, very classical way of doing that. The best patch they offered to the gods that are like for punishment and with the evil deeds. The second patch for the gods that they got like some blessings, and the third, the least best patch, was like for the family to use. And there's such a big tradition around it, and you cannot break traditions easily. And obviously it still doesn't work because people are still using it, but in Europe at least you can maybe with Christianity we are a little bit more used to to cut some
suppress
of our
things.
or like some of our own rituals. I mean, look at Germany, for example. It's really hard to find a German tradition anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the Celts is a little bit better, I would say. Like Druidry, the bards, and like there's still like a theme around it. There's still a culture around it that people are celebrating it. With the Germans, a lot of that spirit is broken.
There's huge issues with that.
You
see it within the culture,
and it's then people are lacking their roots, and we're going into different systems, into going to different philosophies to find our own roots. And I can quote again the shaman that I met from Nepal, Dava Sherpa, who told me like, yes, shamanism is free and everything is there. We just have to get to learn the rituals again in order to get in contact with that. And like cutting off people from herbs like that, you destroy their rituals. You destroy their contact to nature, to their own rights, to their spirits. And I find that probably one of the most dangerous thing in order for our health.
Absolutely. And it's because you're taking a part of their cultural identity away.
Yeah.
And I do have to say that I did here and there have a bit of an issue with that with this plant, because it isn't my culture. Yeah. It's not where I come from. Yeah. And I enjoyed working with it, but there was a part of me where I was a bit like, oh, is this a good idea that I'm going into this plant and then I'm delving into it? Yeah, I'm still questioning that if that's always so yeah. It's a question on my lips, basically. I think that's why I love doing the local plants, because for me it's like there's such a deep connection there, because I see them, and I couldn't see this plant growing either. I didn't have that contact, which I really love.
It's true, and at the same time it's a plant that's sterile, so it's not even growing in the wild anymore. Just people taking out like the little seedlings from the rhizome and like creating and recreating it. It's the only way how the Kava Kava that we use these days can be recreated. So it's not a real plant to be found in nature anyways anymore. And but I get the point. I think the way we are treating these things are hopefully respectful enough to work with that, to work with the spirit, and that's also something we did. Maybe we can elaborate a little bit about that in a moment. And I find it okay as long as we don't do it in a commercialized ways. For example, like in America, it's like Kava Kava bars everywhere, and maybe I think it's important to be aware of that. And then at the same time, we're drinking coffee every day.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like it's our plant, and it's
well, you are.
Yeah, like we have
Our
these mixed up
society
ideas.
is,
Some things we just incorporate into our life, and it's like, yeah, that's our thing. Like coffee is really not our thing.
No.
Yeah.
And I think this is a really nice plant to get out there and to also make it very clear that it's not okay that it's illegal.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's really not okay.
Yeah.
It's there are so many plants which have become, more and more plants are becoming actually illegal.
Yeah.
And they do so, like they're so needed in our society, especially particularly today. A plant like this is so needed. The way our society is, it could really help so many people, and to take it out of existence for those people is a travesty.
It is,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to find
sadness.
ways working around it. And I don't mean that using plants illegally. I mean that finding plants maybe with a similar effect. Here it could be Amanita muscaria, like the mushroom that we have talked about before, because that's actually something out of our region. We have a big story, history, shamanic history with that kind of mushroom.
Yeah.
Plus, it has relaxing effects on the neurological side. Yes, not as much on the physical side, I would say, as Kava Kava.
I feel like the clarity wasn't as much there. It was a bit more dreamy.
For
the
me,
Amanita,
I work way better with Kava, I have to say.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the Amanita was a lot more dreamy in a way. It felt a lot more...
maybe psychoactive even,
Yeah, it was, I think... Yeah, there is a little bit of a difference there. But you're right. And also fighting for what's right, that was what actually, from what I read, what happened in New Zealand. I didn't actually look if it was still legal in New Zealand, but I gather it is. And it was a group of herbalists that fought for it to keep it legalized there. And I think that's also what we should be doing. That's also why we do this show, is to like bring stuff out into the open and be like, hey, that's not okay. What's going on, and to try in our own ways to fight for the things which we feel are right.
Yeah, I think here it's a bit of a lost cause maybe already, because like I'm not sure if it's possible to bring Kava back. They fought for that already and lost again in 2016, I think, or something like that. And at least you can get some medication with kavalactones inside, but it has to be prescribed by a doctor. So we as Heilpraktiker, we won't be able to do that anymore, but and not able to use it. But for some cases, there is options to work with that, but it's on very low dose. Then I would probably go for a different plant.
Do they have a homeopathic though as well? You could work with it.
It's true.
Energetically,
you can go in contact with the energy. Starting from D4, I think it's allowed to use it. And maybe now we can talk a little bit about the energetic aspect.
Should we have a song before, or we just jump into this? No songs, no more songs. We're not doing songs anymore.
No, let's do a song. I'm okay with a song.
Yeah?
Okay.
And then we're going to tell you about how we got in contact with the plant energetically.
Okay.
A new thing we developed.
We're going to go for Chirima or Chirima.
Yeah. So we did, we're doing our family constellation learning, which we are actually pretty finished. And so we thought we would develop something, which maybe someone out there has already done this, but I haven't really heard of it. Plant Stellungs, we're calling it. And it's where we get a plant and then do like a family constellation with a plant.
We call it plantstellation.
Plantstellation. Oh yeah, in English we could call it plant, because that was a German version. Plantstellation.
Plantstellation, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a family constellation around plants.
Yeah. And so we did this, and it was very interesting, wasn't it?
So just that you know about this, we're testing plants every 2 months now. So we invite you around 1 month of the recording of the show. People can join us in the space here in Norwich, where we're recording also, for an evening to get in contact with a plant, do a meditation, do a plant installation with that.
Yeah.
And we did that.
Yeah.
With the spirit of Kava.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a very interesting way.
It was very, very interesting what developed, wasn't it?
Yeah, first of all, with the meditation, people So what we do is, you will find out if you come here, but we invoke the spirit and talk to it, and everybody has their own way of contacting it. And some of the sensations that came out, they were kind of like very, very similar. I wrote down like tongue numbness that appeared, a tingling sensation, effects on the nervous system that people felt, like
anxiety came out, or fears and anxiety.
Yeah, that was true. Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Warmth, was it a heat? Did people get a heat?
Some were a little bit heating up. Yeah,
because is it warm? I found out that the energetics are like a moist warm plant.
It's a piper also.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
family, so it has the heat. Yeah, some of them had the sensation of relaxation of different body parts, like first of like a tensing, and then everything like releasing. So also an energetical and a muscular relief that was quite beautiful, and heaviness that like was coming up that also turns into a relief, which is amazing, because nobody knew what it was about, because we're doing that completely blind. So nobody knows what spirit we're invoking. Nobody knows about what plant it is. Nobody knows that it's the kava. In this case, the kava. So the sensations that came up were perfectly coherent and mixing up together in a nice way without any knowledge of what plant we were working.
Yeah. And then we did the plant installation, where we put someone in who was the plant, and we chose body parts.
Yeah,
no, was it body parts that we chose? Yeah, we chose body parts, or some
themes regarding the plants. Yeah, so the people in a constellation, if you never heard about it, there's a focus that it's basically the middle of the constellation, and at this point it was like the spirit or the plant kava, and then the representatives around it, the people are also in the circle. They also inherit a role, or like, it's not really playing, but like maybe channeling can be a word for that. Channel a role. In that case, there was, for example, the nervous system. There was pain. There was anxiety. We had skin also, because it was used for skin. We had the genitals, reproductive system, and urinary tract, because kava was initially used to treat
on the bladder. I found a lot of information actually.
And
a
STIs,
lot of people are using
and,
it.
Gonorrhea and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was very, very beautiful. And then we led this plant installation and brought the plant and the spirit and the healing idea of the plant in contact with the different kind of organs or systems and how it's working on that. And then we let it unfold its magic, and that was quite exciting.
Very fascinating what happened. I don't have the notes here, so...
You don't have the notes? Okay.
You have the notes?
I don't know them, but I don't have them, but I remember quite well that, for example... anxiety is just being anxiety, so there's like somebody anxious, and there was a lot of like anger behind it, which was also quite interesting. And the moment the plant got there, and I found that quite nice actually, anxiety was confronted with itself, with the anger, and
that's right. Yeah,
kind of had to step out of the victim role, and it was really angry about that. Like, what do you mean, like my own anger, and that's the real problem, and I need to step out of that. And it's like the same feeling that I described before, like stepping out of a situation that you identify too much with a feeling, and that's what happened there. But it was such an intense way that it really couldn't connect with that. And the nervous system extremely relaxed when Kava was there.
Yeah. The skin didn't really care. The skin was it's quite blasé. It was a bit like, oh yeah, I'm very happy here, but...
It didn't react so much, yeah.
No, yeah.
What was very exciting was the reproductive system that was like very active.
Urinary system, yeah.
Like it was...
there's a lot of energy there with that.
There was a lot of energy with that, yeah. And it was a very ego-driven energy. It's like, why is it not about me? Basically, it's like, I want to move around. It was that kind of energy.
Yeah.
And with Kava being in the middle and in contact with that, it completely calmed down and starting to serve.
Yeah.
Starting to serve the nervous system and get in contact with that.
Yeah, true. That's right.
So that's quite interesting that there's such an intense energy around our sexuality.
Yeah.
But when it's so ego-driven, when it's so powerful that it's getting out there in a way that it's only about me, it's not about somebody else, maybe. It's about like reproduction and fucking and like all these physical sensations. And for me, it became way more spiritual in the way of like, it's a part of me. It reduces itself and the energy can be redirected to something more beautiful, serving. It can still be a sexual thing, like not as like serving, maybe if you're into that, but like it felt more like, I'm serving something for a higher cause. That's what it like was going to. In that case, working together with the nervous system, getting the anxiety out. And in the end, all of the systems, they kind of moved together and got in contact with each other and dissolved in a very lovely and loving situation. So that was very, very beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, it was. That's how I don't know how you remembered all of that. I just remembered at the end that how relaxing it made everything.
Yeah.
And how fascinating it is when the nervous system is relaxed, how the whole system is relaxed.
Yes.
You know how important that is, that we treat our nervous system very gently and with a lot of respect in a way.
Yeah.
And how that regulates everything. A lot of things.
Yep.
It's a huge regulation, of our systems, and I think people don't understand that enough.
Yeah.
How important it is.
And of course, that's just a representation of like an image that we are creating with the plant. It doesn't have to be always going that way, but it can show us how we would use that plant for what kind of situation on a person. If there's like a big anxiety with a lot of anger and a very big sadness behind it, in the combination with like the extreme tense nervous system, that could be something Kava could work on, and not in the way to relieve the anxiety, but first to relax the nervous system, that the anxiety can have even the option and the space to explore itself, to feel itself, because it was mostly about, I don't really know, I want to scream, I want to get out, but I'm not even able to feel myself anymore.
Yeah.
That's maybe also the numbing part, and we often talk about the dose of a plant. If a plant is numbing, it also can help with the feeling of being numb. So yeah, it was very, very interesting, and I think these plant stellations, they will give us in the future a lot more insight on how we can use plants. A lot of insight,
yeah. I think it's a really good way also to work with plants when maybe plants are too strong or they're illegal.
Yes.
And it's ways to get in contact with it and to visually, I'm so visual, and that's what I loved about it, is visually I see it happening, so I understand it a lot better. You see these people visually becoming these body parts or becoming the plant, and then you understand that plant if you can't see it in the nature as an actual being.
Yeah.
You kind of get to see it.
Yeah, and for me it was also very beautiful to see how it and it's a big theme talking about addiction. I think it could be a plant that can help with porn addiction, to be honest, because like reducing that intense sexual drive that we saw there, and to serve something more beautiful, like maybe like a loving point in life. Serve your own body, serve your own person, serve the nervous system, get in a different contact with sexuality, and porn, it's a big fucking thing. It's really horrible out there. Like, so many people have porn addiction and like get their sexual stimulation from porn, and that can be okay if you know how to control it. But like for a lot of people, it becomes a normality. On how to engage sexually, and I think that is a big problem.
It can be a little bit unhealthy as well. What in reality could be happening than what you're seeing in the porn.
Yeah. So I think it could work with that. And
interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And I like that because if you use it, the traditional uses of Kava Kava, it is also used as a love potion.
Yeah.
And not just an aphrodisiac, but also like love spells, love potions, and all of kind of that. So it has that energy also embodied inside of it, which I found quite beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's that. You're quite open. I feel like it's like it opens also. It's got because of this relaxing, the relaxing and the clarity there, it allows you to feel safe to open up.
Yeah.
Because if you're relaxed and not clear, then there's a part of you, it's just a bit like you're all over the place. But if you're quite clear about it, then you can feel safe in the environment because you're very aware about what's going on, about the choices you're making and what you need and what you want.
Yeah, and maybe to become a little bit more esoterical about it, it could be like energy that we need at that certain amount, certain space and time that we're having right now, that we're like maybe having a quantum leap that's happening with the earth, with the people, with humanity moving up a little bit, and you cannot change your or get in contact with like that godlike energy that's also a part of humanity and our spiritual development coming out of fear. You need to be able to relax for that. You need to be able to make the right calls, the right moves that are coming out of like a heart area, a love area. And I can imagine Kava can help us to calm down our systems for that.
Let's be honest, the society has become a little uptight, in my opinion. You know, I was at quite a few festivals this year and I just find people so uptight.
Yeah.
You know, no one's allowed to be nude. People have so much weird stuff around nudity. There's so much weird stuff around politically correct in every single area. It's becoming less and less free, even in alternative scenes. They think they're being, in my opinion, everyone can disagree with me, a lot of them think they're being alternative, but they're actually very, very, very conservative about so many things. And there's such a tense, uptight of I have to perform in a particular way, you know, and I have to be a special way to fit into this part of this space, or and it's in all the spaces, you know. There's very little of I can just be who I am, you know. It's very less of that I see.
I agree to a certain degree. Maybe you're just going to the wrong places. But I understand, like, it's sometimes it doesn't feel like a safe place anymore. It feels like uptight, that I have to bend to the rules, and that's not very free.
Yeah, there's some essence underneath. I mean, you know me, I just do what I want anyway, but I've just noticed it from what I'm seeing. It's like there, and maybe because I was in this Kava energy as well, it's like, why can't we all just be a little bit more relaxed about the other, you know, their opinions, their how they want to present themselves to the world, and not try and make ourselves fit in. Like, you're not included in this group because you're not wearing that outfit, for example. Or
or like it represents also the way that we discuss in our culture. It's mostly about like who's right, who's wrong. And maybe to quote Leonard Shaw, the beautiful Gestalt therapist from America, is like every day you can you have to ask yourself the same questions and make the decision: do I choose to be right, or do I choose love? And if you really dig into that, you find a lot of wisdom in there. And you find how often in the day all of us, we choose to be right instead of choosing love. Because in the end, it doesn't matter if I'm right or not, or that I give the right to the other person. It's an ego-driven thing, and Kava helps us to get out of there. So I'm very grateful for that lesson.
Yeah, for that energy. Yeah, me too. It's been an interesting journey, as it always is.
Yeah, it's a good journey.
Yeah, felt like this one is exactly what I needed.
Yeah, I could go on with Kava if I would fall on another route again one day.
Yeah, maybe one day you will.
Maybe one day I will. So Tash, tell me, what else do you got for us?
What else? Is it like a...
Yeah, what do you have with Kava?
What other bits have I got to talk about?
Maybe you have a recipe.
A recipe, yes. I actually have 2 recipes, but we're only going to say one, as we do. Recipe time. And this one is from Suzanne Weed. She's a herbalist from the States, and it's a Kava Kava brew. And it makes at least 2 cups per person. And it's to have, if you're wanting to have a bit of a love fest, she writes. So you, at least 24 hours before your love fest, you've got to prepare the brew using 1/2 to 1 ounce, which we looked up was about 28 grams of dried Kava Kava root per person. So you're going to need around 60 grams. if you can outside the EU or the UK.
Exactly. That's why we're an international podcast.
Yeah, that's right. So you'll have to try it when you're in a country where you can legally use it. And you pour 2 cups of boiling water per person over the cut root in a glass jar. This recipe I'm just trying to... Over a cut root in a glass jar, use a quart jar for 2 people or an enamel pan if you expect a crowd. Oh, so you can actually... if there's going to be numerous people, it
for
seems.
Your love fest.
For your love fest. So I like that. I like that. Yeah, that sounds nice.
That's open.
Yeah, that's open. We like this kind of openness. And then you just let it brew and steep, covered away from the heat until it's ready to drink. So I guess you'd make it the day before. It's almost like slightly a fermented one she talked about. And then you serve chilled, or you could warm it depending on the weather and what kind of people are there. You add some honey and milk if you want, a little cinnamon or nutmeg if you like. I've actually read a bit that nutmeg and cinnamon is added to the kava. I think it's because of the bitterness of it, to give it a little bit more of a kick. And there's a little hint here, which is what we talked about before, of when you drink the next glass, when your nose starts to tickle.
Oh, that's cute.
And I think that's so cute. I can imagine like at a little love fest, and then you get the little tickly nose and you go, yeah,
like,
you're
time
like,
for my next drink. Oh, I like
and
that.
then you drink half a glass, no more.
Okay.
And then you concentrate on love.
Okay. So you have like, you drink 1 glass, then you're waiting for your nose to tickle.
Yeah, do you drink 1 glass? That's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good to know. It's
so
beautiful. I read a lot about that you can, the additives that are added to kava is often like maybe from, not completely the same family, but like the capsicum, like chili peppers, also leaves, kava leaves, I think. It's often combined with coconut.
Yeah.
Or like traditionally used with like coconut.
Like the
like
flesh?
strings, out of the coconut. I don't
Like
know
the
the English
flesh?
word. Not the flesh, but like the hairs that are outside, in order to, because they kind of create like a magical safe space.
Okay.
Using that coconut in that case.
That's interesting.
And often also with seeds of a datura species. Not the Datura stramonium that we have here, but some Datura that is growing there, which really makes it psychoactive. And I would definitely not recommend touching any of that without proper information, because that's...
that you'd need to know dosage with all of that.
Yes,
and
that's
that
really,
would
really
be
dangerous, yes.
I would say they'd use that a lot more for ceremonies.
Yeah.
But this, and also, of course, whenever, as we always say, if you're going to try plants, always try just a little bit. There isn't a whole lot of allergies that I came across to kava, but there is always a possibility. And there are some precautions, of course, if you're pregnant or lactating, people who are on opioids, alcohol, all these sorts of things. Antidepressants. You do have to be careful if you've got liver disease.
And especially in Europe, we are not allowed to do it anyway. So
there's no use even learning that if you're not leaving Europe.
We're not making any suggestions that you can do it. Even though in America and other parts of the world, there are these kava bars where they serve kava as drinks in a very, very easy, accessible way. So like there's parts of the world where it's a very open usage of that drug. So
that was our little recipe. I didn't find anything about food.
That's okay.
I didn't delve down into any recipes in that way, but it's a nice little drink. I think more people, it's a drink.
Mostly the way it's used is like very, very, in the ritualistic way, very high doses. I think Christian Retsch writes on the psychoactive dosage around 250 grams of kava per person, which is really a lot.
Which is a lot.
People write that they normally in a ritual they drink to up to 9 liters, that I said before.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of level, and from a medical standpoint, we would never go down that road of intoxication. It's not how we use that plant or would use that plant anyways. So anyway, it's a very, very exciting plant. I think it was a lot of fun to work with that. It still is. Still having pleasure from the effects of that
it's very
root.
From that plant installation.
Yes.
Really held with me. It's really worked on my system. The since we did it, actually.
Yeah.
I think the whole month, it was amazing on the anxiety. It was just actually quite extraordinary.
Yeah.
It's how it just completely...
So if you want to learn more about that or be a part of our next plant installation and our next get in contact with the plant spirit group, we call it the Earthly Apothecary. Follow us on Instagram, Herby at Hearts. Check out the posts. I don't think we have a date set yet, huh?
No.
But we will when the radio show is coming out, and follow us.
I think it's the first Monday of the month.
Join us. You're gonna find out, and you can buy a ticket to get in contact with the next blind proving, and it's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah.
As always.
Oh, do we have any? I may have some recommendation before we.
Mm-hmm.
I have my herbal course starting. I think I have a couple of spots. That's on the 19th of September. So if you want to join, get your foot in the door now. And if you want to be treated by us one-on-one, you can come to us in the Mommsenstraße in Berlin. We also offer online if you're not in Berlin.
Yes.
So you can contact us. Yeah, if you want to get a little one-on-one with one of us.
Apart from the plant constellation, we also do a family constellation.
Yes.
Tash and I, we will host evening of family constellations, and we will provide you with the date also on Instagram. If you're interested in that, join us. If you have any kind of issues in your family life, anything that's happened, it can be health related, doesn't have to any kind of progress. If you don't know anything about that, you're also just welcome to join. If you don't have a topic, check out the link that we're going to provide you with and join us there. I think that's also always very interesting and a very,
even
very
if
fun thing to do.
you don't come with something.
Yes. And what else? We're starting an online congress on the 23rd of September. It's called the Herbst der Heilung. It's going to be mostly in German. Some of the interviews going to be in English at the Matthias Berner Academy, where I am staring and interviewing some people. So follow us there on Herbst der Heilung. I'm also going to link it maybe in the show notes that you can join us there. And I think mostly that's it. As always, if you want to come to learn homeopathy, you can go to Samuel Hahnemann's school where I'm teaching homeopathy for the first class. First year is just finishing, and we're going to start the next round, I think, starting January. So it's a good time to enroll if you're interested.
Thinking.
Yes. And I think that's quite well.
Yeah. I think that's all from us today.
Yeah, so I hope you had fun as much as we had with the kava. And as always,
Herby at heart.
Herby by nature.